Sampath, the very word says it's a treasure to be cherished and a treasure to be appreciated.
Sampath, talking about my friend Sampath, I'm just reflecting how long do we know each other? Yes, I think almost from 1980, when he was a young student from the School of Social Work and participated in one of my weekend workshops. So it's been a pretty long time. What strikes me the most about Sampath, as soon as the thought about him comes up, is the ever-hanging smile on the face and very curious, joyful eyes that you can see. Yeah, the friendliness is almost, oozing. When he's there, you can feel that vibrancy, warmth, care and concern for almost anyone who is around. And if I look at from where does that kind of a quality come in, I think it's a mind which is so curious and which has that great belief about immense possibilities. And I think the best thing about Sampath is that he grants that possibilities to almost every human being, big or small, rich or poor. I think that humanness of a very different kind. I really appreciate that.
Sampath, you are the role model for simplicity, honesty, transparency, and empathy. I can go on. Be the Sampath you have been, and I am positive that you will always be the Sampath that we'll all remember.
It's been a pleasure knowing you and Kalpana. You have always inspired me, and I have seen you as a person full of grace, humility, and goodness.
Nearly 20 years back that I met him in Hyderabad, 1984. He came to me as a student trainee, and I was his senior training manager. Though there is a difference of about nearly 20 years between the student and the teacher that I was, I never felt that he was a student in his presence, because he was so mature even at that time that he could, or we could converse with each other at a much higher level than what normally happens between a student at that time and a manager at that time.
You know that you are one person who I have always believed has a large heart and a very authentic man.
It's been a pleasure knowing you all these years, and to describe in one word, you are the epitome of humility.
I have met Dr. Sampath in person only once, and that was about 6 years ago. I knew Kalpana much before. From my association with Kalpana, I imagined him to be a jet-set management consultant, maybe suited and booted, and probably having time only for the top US firms. And on the day I met him, all my mentally conjured ideas were washed clean. He came across as a warm, humble, unassuming man, like our next door mama at our village house.
I always joked with you, and as you said, 30 years ago you didn't even have a passport. You were a simple village boy, and I took great advantage of that to remind you always how sophisticated I was. But you have always retained that simplicity of a villager, yet you have been able to interact in the world's most complex scenarios and be able to adjust quite easily in both those contexts. So retaining that simplicity over a 30-year period, I think, is a very rare quality today. You've always been a person who is very open to be available to the context so that you can see the flow of life. And that has created many possibilities, opportunities that perhaps exist for all of us, but because we are not with the flow, maybe we don't catch those opportunities.
There are some nice moments which I remember still. A guy teasing me, you went and hit him. In our school days, we had a lot of competitions which we used to take part together. We used to help each other, we had fun. We really enjoyed our school days also as classmates. And after I went to hostel, I know how you missed me, and you used to meet me every weekend. And I remember with your pocket money, you got me a churidar for a Rakhi in 1980s.
When he was around 8 years old, he had climbed our loft quietly and had a quiet nap in the afternoon for a very long time. Even in the evening, we didn't find him anywhere. Seeing this, we were all very frightened, and we started searching for him in every place. As sun started setting, we are really panicked, and we started searching him in the nearby wells, ponds and lakes. We couldn't find him anywhere. It was almost midnight. We searched everywhere, and we almost concluded that we lost him, or somewhere he is drowned. What has happened? And we are all crying. That was the time our man chose to make an entry. He just came down out of the ladder and appeared before us. It was really a shocking surprise, though we are little bit angry and for whatever has happened, but we were inside, we were a little happy that he is safe and he is with us now. So that was a very memorable thing which we will never forget.
I think I have been sharing your life for the past nearly 15 years since childhood with you. A lot of memorable, happiest and unforgettable memories to savor.
I actually wanted to pull your legs as usual, but then decided no, it's your birthday, so you've got to be nice, right? So, but yeah, jokes apart. Actually, I'm really blessed to have such a wonderful friend like you. I know it's hard for me to say that, but that's the truth, okay?
I want to tell you how much I appreciate that you are my Jijaji. I still remember meeting you for the first time outside Kalpana's college, and how critical I was of you, and then the beautiful friendship that we've developed over the years, and I love how protective you are of me, and all the little bits of advice you've given over the years, and even your daily inspiring thoughts that you share even until today. Those little nuggets of wisdom.
Yes, we look forward to that WhatsApp in the morning.
My relationship with Sampath is divine intervention. When I first met him at a workshop and I heard his concepts and all of that, I was so moved, and so many times I literally wanted to jump out of my chair because I wanted to kind of say, I knew this, but I hadn't worked it through. And I told Kalpana that many years ago that I feel like I'm Sampath's younger sister, younger in many lives, many soul ages. And so I think meeting Sampath was a defining moment in my life because it pushed me on to the journey that I think my soul needed to go on. It already was a little bit, and it gave me that nice, gentle, solid push with the crutches and with the support system with which I could walk. And Sampath, the second defining moment of my life, I think, and I believe, was when you asked me to start tying Rakhi to you. I felt we had also recognized this relationship that was of souls in this life in such a beautiful way. I'm really grateful for what I have learned from you, and I'm very grateful to the universe for having made our paths cross.
I've had an interesting, in fact, a very nice relationship with Sampath in the sense that there are very few people that you sit and intellectually discuss and debate things, relate to different kinds of topics and have a sense and perspective to exchange. It adds to one's knowledge. It's always interesting because he comes with a different perspective and it's engaging, and we've had good times having discussions on various topics whenever we've had that opportunity of his coming home, staying. So we've had leisurely time to chat up. It's one always kind of looks forward to that kind of an interaction, which is rare and few people that you're able to kind of do it. So it's really nice.
That day is still very, very fresh in my mind when I met you and Kalpana in a function. And after that, we became close friends, and now we are a family.
For the last 35 years, we have been seeing your extraordinary transition from one phase of excellence to yet another. It has been amazing. We are so proud of you.
I've known you and Kalpana since 1999, the year I got married. I still remember the deep conversations about values and beliefs that we used to have, and the wonderful times we shared when you guys used to stay at Gavipuram. We would just casually drop by after 9 p.m. and Kalpana, you kids would welcome us with so much warmth. Those were the days. And then there was that fantastic workshop that you guys conducted for us at Taj West End. Of course, our interaction is not much these days, but the morning motivation that you unfailingly send every day really ensures that I think of something new every single day. Thank you so much for that.
I still remember 2 decades ago when I happened to meet you the first time, when my father, Dr. T. K. Nair, had told me to meet you, and it was in a small coffee joint somewhere in Anna Nagar. And it was a really enriching experience when I met you the first time, giving me different perspectives of career and so on. I cherish those moments, and you've been a great friend for our family over the years, and I do hope it continues the way.
Some of you may not realize, but it's now 27 years that we have known each other, and our first meeting was in Delhi when we were doing some work for the NHRD. We still recall when you and Kalpana came over to our house and what a pleasant evening we had. What has remained ingrained in our memory, however, was how you offered to help our daughter get into Mother's International School. You took us to meet Mrs. Pillay, the principal, who was so gracious and down to earth. Our shy daughter Smita enjoyed her schooling there, which gave her confidence, and as you now know, is working in the US. And when I told her about this, she said, do remember me to him and thank him for everything that he did.
It's almost now 40 years that we met each other. It was such a wonderful feeling that whenever I know that I need to talk to someone who will not be judgmental, who will not suggest his ideas, who will not try to influence my thinking, the first name that comes to me is Sampath. And I've called him, many a times I've called him on occasions of joy, on occasions of distress and trouble, and he always remained a silent listener. And finally, he would say, I am there, you can always lean on me, you can call me. If you think that I can do something, please let me know. I'll be the first one to do. And I think I cherish this, I value this much more than anything else.
I think one of the things good about Sampath that I feel is that he doesn't take himself more seriously than what is required, and therefore has that easiness about him. The way he talks, the way he moves, the way he relates to and all that. I think it causes immense comfort, immense amount of, that feeling that, okay, I'm talking to somebody who's known to me, who cares for me, or at least who, kind of respects me. I think that capacity to give that feeling of value, of attention to every human being, I think it's extraordinary.
I think he, for me, and my family has been very close, supported in so many varieties of spaces. His years of wisdom, though he is now turning 60, his quite child play in him, the orientation of curiosity, the learning, ability to connect, ability to correlate, and sometimes be extremes in context which is not so easy to manage. I think ability to take risks, his ability to decide, and of course the modeling, the ability for him to visualize things, create things is really extraordinary.
He's been a giant in the industry as a great quality HR and training leader. He practices a lot whatever he is having conviction and belief on, and the kind of awards he has received is just mind-boggling to learn, the international recognitions that he has got, and so much of social responsibility activities he has been doing very clearly indicates the alignment of his thought, mind and action.
I know Sampath since 2008 when I worked at Orchid. He facilitated an intervention called Vision and Value Dissemination. Till that time, I did not know what his vision means and how the values influence the vision. He helped me understand how one person need to set the purpose of existence and how their own values would help to achieve those vision. And then my journeys continued with him through several personal conversations during those periods that helped me to challenge my own belief system. And then when I joined Kemin Industries, there was an opportunity where we can help Kemin to set their own vision and also to redefine their value system for the entire team members. I personally thought this would be a great opportunity for us to work together on this journey, and he and his team worked with me for almost 5 years to multiple members of team. So that was my, I would say, an excellent journey, and really excited to work at those period of time.
Thank you for sharing the methods of values awareness process, VAP, values clarification process, VCP, and values inculcation process, VIP, with me 20 years ago when I was serving at Malaysia Airline Academy. The impact led to my current involvement with Sejahtera Leadership Initiative. Thank you so much.
You are an amazing and gifted thinker. From here on, you have to put together your thoughts and all the wisdom in the form of book or document so that you leave a gift of life for the next generation. Sampath, your energy levels are not coming down, but your wisdom is growing. Of all the knowledge and wisdom that you have gathered, it's your duty to put it all down together so that you gift to the next generation. Your golden period of sharing all your wisdom is now. Live it to the fullest and spread happiness all around. Always proud of you. Love you.
We met about 25 years ago when I was setting up a company in the Jebel Ali Free Zone of Dubai for SRF, and I had a young team which needed to gel together, and someone recommended one Mr. M Sampath. And you worked wonders with that team. Even today, after all these years, all those people have grown tremendously and still bond together.
Over the years that I had been associated with you, in fact, what stood out to me was your ability to think big and your ability to pursue excellence in everything that you did. In fact, in some sense, I think you have managed to truly emulate one of your favorite characters, Jonathan Livingston Seagull.
The turning point was about how you actually explained the contextual appropriateness, the clarity, the involvement, discipline that is required in running life well without hurting yourself and also without denting others. I have, through my various roles, applied those lessons, but some of them I still could find out that I was a net shortfall in certain areas when you did the similar program, but at a different level for the SRF leadership in Gurgaon last year, which was called a Bridging the Gap.
One thing that I suppose I feel proud of as an example, that the business relationship that we have had for some time has been based on an understanding that was never supported by any legal document of any form. No joint venture, no MOU, no contract. We had an understanding, yes, perhaps occasional misunderstandings, but that's all okay. So in this complex world that relies so heavily on legality, documentation to determine their relationships, I think ours has perhaps stood the test of time to date. And I think that's a very important lesson for many of us to learn who are stuck with relationships bound by preconceived notions. So you remain a very reflective person, and because you have remained focused on your purpose, fear, insecurity play very little role in your life. There is a interesting level of compassion and love in what you do, which may not be in line with what others expect. However, these are some rare qualities as a combination that you have lived by.
He had amazing things to share with us in a span of 3 to 6 months, but amongst the most beautiful things he told, I can remember how Dr. Sampath taught us that there are shares in any relationship. That was so beautiful. And also, never to give up on people. Always strive to walk that extra mile to discover what's hidden in somebody who might then reveal themselves to be so beautiful.
I remember you were coming all the way by bus from Hyderabad to Ahmedabad to get a forward written for your discovery, which you started, which was a very innovative technique of using the old snake and ladder method to teach values to people. Then your presence in the Academy of HRD as Ashoka Fellow and your help to National HRD Network. And you have been doing marvelous work, Sampath, and you have impacted globally a large number of people with your work on values. Keep up the great work, keep inspiring the youth, keep promoting values which are most necessary in today's world.
Your biggest gift to me has been discovery, and the whole process you explained in 1997. I'll forever be indebted to you.
Sampath, yes, your life has been full of changes, lots of transformations. So many things have transformed around you and for people around you. But there is one thing which I strongly believe has not changed in you. That is
your deep conviction, your personal values of being simple, of being simple and also an authentic person, and also a great friend and a great friend for life. So these are the things which has not changed in you: your simplicity, your authenticity, and being a great friend for life to me and to many others.
You have been one of the pillars on which I have been leaning on a lot for the last 15 plus years. You've always stood by me. I think I see you as my brother more than a friend. And many times your name comes in my mind when I am in trouble or in a mood where I need to talk to somebody. I generally don't talk to many people about things which I am very easily able to talk to you. So it has been a great journey for the last 15 years. And thank you for being there.
Thank you for all the wisdom you have shared with me, especially in some of those writings. I love one of the great books you have written, these small mini books, which is that Inner Realities. It's truly a book of gems of wisdom. That book has had an impact on me. I use it as a guide to guide me through life.
Over the years that I've known you, you've been such a major influence on everything in my life. My business, myself, my family. I want to thank you for being my mentor, coach, and friend. And for all the changes that you brought to my life, all for the better. And I look forward to keeping you as my friend and coach and guide as I go forward.
I just wanted to tell you that every opportunity I've had to interact with you, I always walk away from it feeling like I either know something more or knowing that I don't know a lot of things. So that's awesome. And I look forward to having many such interactions with you in the future. And thank you very much, Uncle, for treating me like family all the time. And it's been wonderful knowing you, Uncle.
Our 20 years of relationship has been one which has been very, very satisfying for me. I have learned so much from you. And whenever I think of some challenges, some problem, the one face that comes to my mind is that of you, Sampath. It's unbelievable how a meeting way back in 1996, I believe, has changed my life so much, has changed the way that I approach life after that.
It's from you that I have learned what it means to live a life aligning with values and ethics. And I'm proud to have been mentored by you and Kalpana. We all of us who have been mentored by you, who have learned from you and Kalpana. Of course, Kalpana, Pavan and Prerna are blessed to be a part of your life. A very, very happy birthday, and wish you have many, many more years adding value to yourself and people around you.
I first met you when I traveled to Dubai at the beginning of this year. I've heard a lot about you from my dad, but it was the first time I actually met you. You were everything and more than what my dad had described, because he was so nice and so kind and so homely. I felt like I was traveling with a family member. I enjoyed our little chats every night we had before we went to sleep. And I obviously enjoyed the leopards that we saw at Javai, but I may have actually enjoyed your company a bit more.
Thank you for your guidance and your patience and helping me make my breakthrough at a critical point in life, internally anchored, if you remember.
I just want to take the time to thank you for, just like the sun, sharing your light with me in a way by, introducing me to meditation, sharing books that I've come to deeply, deeply cherish, like Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, for example. And, just for the conversations we've had together. I think, our talks together haven't been super long, but they have been extraordinarily deep. So I want to thank you very, very much for that. I just want to wish you a very happy 60th year birthday. I hope you have an awesome, amazing, wonderful day. And I can't wait for when we talk next.
What started as responses to my confused question soon became an intense conversation on values and life lessons, for which I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
You have been a friend, a colleague, a brother, a well-wisher, actually an ecosystem to give us all confidence and comfort.
In the last 2 years, we have learned a lot from you, and I wish that in the coming years we will get opportunity to learn a lot, which is still we are looking forward from your side.
He is a very special and dear friend, and the word Sampath resonates not just in me but my entire family with so many contexts that we bring around. I thank this opportunity for being part of his life, and I think there's so much more that he can and he will bring around to the world that he is. So thank you so much and happy birthday. Amazing 60 years of your life. Continue another 60, 100 years more.
60 years. You have had a wonderful life, and it's been really nice knowing you all these years, although we haven't been able to stay in touch. But we do hear a lot of what's going on with you. Wish you all the best for the future.
One of the things that has left an indelible imprint on me is the way you would conclude your sessions. I mean, at the end of a package, you would ask the participants to get up and you would call them and give them a morsel of wet seeds in their hand. And you tell them this seed will remain alive and sprout and grow only when you keep it wet. So therefore what you've learned, keep it alive, he told us. Until this day, I recall it. And I myself keep learning, and I've learned a lot from him as well, that I keep it alive. And I always try my best to keep those seeds he has seeded, wet and growing.
ಅಣ್ಣನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಫಸ್ಟು ಅಣ್ಣ ನನಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ಕಂಡ್ರೇ ಭಯ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿತ್ತು. ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಏನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಲೇ ಕೈಕಾಲು ನಡುಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೋ. ಆದರೆ ಬರ್ತಾ 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 ನನಗೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದೇ ನನ್ನ ಅಣ್ಣ, ಇದೇ ನನ್ನ ಕುಟುಂಬ, ಇವರೇ ನನಗೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಖುಷி ಇರೋದು.
இங்கே வேலை செய்கிறப்ப என்னோட ஒரு கவனக்குறைவால் எனக்கு கையில் ஒரு பெரிய அடிபட்டுட்டுது. மிஷின் கொஞ்சம் கட் ஆகிடுது. அன்னைக்கு நான் அழுகதை விட மேடம் அப்படி அந்த எமோஷன், சாரோட அந்த என்ன பண்ணணும், எங்கே கூப்பிட்டுன்னு போகணும், அவங்க 2 பேரையும் பார்க்குறச்சே எனக்கு நான் ஏசப்பா ஏசப்பா ஏசப்பான்னு தான் அன்னைக்கு முழுசும் நான் ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் போய் சேர்ந்து பெட்லேயும் நான் அதை தான் சொன்னேன். ஆனால் நிறைய பேர் சொல்லுவாங்க கடவுள் வந்துருவாரா, கடவுள் வந்து காப்பாற்றுவாரான்னு சொல்லிட்டு. கடவுள் நேராக வரமாட்டாருங்க. அந்த அவசரத்துக்கு யார் நிற்கிறாங்களோ அவங்க தான் கடவுள். அன்னைக்கு நான் கண்டிப்பாக மேடம் சாரை பார்த்தேன் நான்.
I would also like to say thank you and thank you for the snippets of wisdom that I received every morning awaiting for me on my handphone. They are indeed very meaningful, and I truly look forward to it every day.
I remember last year I was with you in Kalpana and it was wonderful in India. I was hoping to be with you to celebrate your birthday this year, but unfortunately it's not going to be this year. But I hope to see you in your 60th year anyway. I miss you both, and I think often of your wonderful house, and I'll be with you in heart to celebrate your birthday.
Dr. Sampath, a very happy 60th birthday. On occasion of Shashtrita Purti, your wife Kalpana, who is an equal shareholder or Ardhangini in all your successes, I wish you, I convey my heartfelt greetings to you as well.
I hope that you'll enjoy as much as you have been enjoying all along, the 60s and may 70s and 80s. So, may the Almighty grant you great health and lots of activities as you keep going into the further life.
Sampath-60B'day,
जन्मदिन की बहुत बहुत मुबारक हो. May God bless you, long life, health, wealth and prosperity. सदा सुखी रहो, दिन दूनी रात चौगनी तरक्की करो.
Happy 60th Sampath.
நமஸ்காரம். ஷஷ்டியப்த பூர்த்தி நல்வாழ்த்துக்கள் சம்பத் அத்தியம்பே. ஒரு கேள்வி ட்ரிவியா. உங்களோட பிறந்தநாள் இன்னைக்கு 60வது பிறந்தநாள் இன்னைக்கு எதுக்கு அந்த ஷஷ்டியப்த பூர்த்தி ஹோமத்து இன்னைக்கு கல்பனாக்கு புது புடவை, புது தாலி தங்கத்தில் அண்ட் புது வெள்ளி மெட்டி, உங்களுக்கு என்ன கிடைக்க போறது? எனிவே, இந்த கேள்விக்கு என்கிட்ட பதில் இல்லை, என் சுவாமி கிட்ட பதில் இருக்கா கேட்கலாமா?
ஒரு புரியாத புதிர் சம்பத்.
நீங்கள் தான் சொல்ல வேண்டும்.
We are the Singapore cheerleaders. Give me an S. S. Give me an A.
A.
Give me an M. M. Give me a P. P. Give me an ATH.
ATH.
Go Sampath! Happy birthday, Sampath!
Have a great year.
Hey Sampath, Ungal Michael Aragadu Vadu Andai Etyatarku Manamata Vatkal.
Happy birthday, Sampath Mama.
Happy birthday, Sampath Uncle.
Happy birthday, Sampath Uncle.
Sampath ji, many happy returns of the day.
Happy birthday, Sampath ji.
Wish you a very, very happy birthday, dear Sampath.
Happy birthday.
Happy 60th birthday from all of us, including Tippett, our new addition.
Many happy returns of the day. On your reaching 60 years, I am very happy for you.
I wish you a very happy birthday, and I pray to God to give you immense health, peace and happiness throughout.
Happy 60th birthday. Happy 60th birthday, Sampath Uncle.
Wishing you very many happy returns of this unique day.
Happy Shashti Purti, Sampath ji, on behalf of entire Yashraj Parivar and me.
On this birthday, I wish him good health, happiness, and whatever he thinks should come in his life. I once again, happy birthday, Sampath. Have a nice life.
Happy